Crowd of boys. Peace. What's good with you boys out there? Come to talk to you boys today about semen retention and the greatest investment you can make on your journey, on the semen retention journey, is to yourself, to oneself. You dig? You guys, it's very important that you realize that the devotion and time that you are taking by not releasing, by not giving your time to women who don't really deserve your time and attention, or want to deplete you of your time and attention and resources just to validate them, drain you of your energy. And not just through sex. I mean, literal time, attention, your space, your mental space, always thinking about somebody, or if it's an ex, you're always thinking about your ex. I get guys who talk about, listen, guys, I'm adamant about this. If you have been in a relationship and you're on semen retention and you have an ex, you've broken up or whatever the case may be, count it all joy that you don't have a woman around you, because you need that time and space to build yourself up as a man. How would you know who you really are if you always are surrounded by people who are able to influence you, who have a say-so over you? And whether you believe it or not, the people that you surround yourself with does have a direct influence over you. Energy rubs off, but as well as what they say, their habits, what they do, that shit rubs off. So if you're broken up, you're single, and you're at the point where you're saying, I'm probably be single for the rest of my life, or whatever the case may be, let's not be so worried about what the future holds. Focus on the now. You're single now, you're present now, you're listening to this audio now. Tune into self. Don't be worried about, in 10 years, I'm going to still be single. Worry about right now. The next maybe 15 to 20 minutes while you're on this audio. Just tune in, tap in. And we're going to get into this investment. It has to start today if you haven't really, really invested in yourself today. The first investment, a true investment into yourself, guys, is the semen retention. You are pouring back this energy that can create life, a whole nother human being. This is how we all got here. This is how powerful our semen is. We are holding that energy, we are holding that seed for ourselves, and it is flowing through our bodies. And it is doing something for us, whether guys believe it or not, and I don't really care, it don't matter to me. Whether if you believe it or not, I believe it. How about that? And I have proof in my living life, in my walking life, that it works. If you got proof in your living life that it doesn't work, then you're a loser. How about that? If semen retention doesn't work for you, then you're a loser. Straight up and down. You're weak. You just want an excuse to relapse and release your energy because you don't have no self-control over yourself or your penis and what you do in your mind. You're all corrupt and warped in the brain. So if semen retention doesn't work for you, you got more work to do, or you're just a weakling. A true investment into yourself, guys, is the semen retention. Pouring all that energy back into yourself. You're not going to be coming from literal an empty vessel or an empty cup. You can't pour into someone else's cup with an empty cup. So you have to be full of energy. That's why it's important to stay away. And when people gravitate to you, you are able to give away certain energy, your time, attention, and maybe even your semen. All right. But you have to take the necessary steps to improve self first. Guys, you need to spend more time for yourselves. You need more attention to yourself for yourself. Brothers, you need more resources for yourself. Stop spending your resources, your source, your power, your energy, your resources. How you doing? Good. I'm taking a walk, guys, down the neighborhood, enjoying the weather after it just rained. But yeah, greeting everybody. You feel what I'm saying? But once again, spending your resources, spending your time, spending your attention, all this currency, all this energy, you're not spending enough of it for yourself, on yourself, and pouring back into you. You're spending your resources and your source of energy on these bitches. Whether if you're dating or not, and you're in a dating world, you're paying for dates, or if you're on that P, guys are giving up their resources and their source. You follow. You did. Pour back into yourselves. Invest into yourself. This is an investment. P is free, but you're giving away energy. You're giving away your time. You're investing time into that. And how much time are you really spending watching those videos? 10, 15 minutes? Some guys get a quick one off, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You waste all that energy in those matter of time. You can garner that energy and it can last you a lifetime. Think about that. Meditate on that for a minute. This is serious business, guys. Learn more about yourself. For example, your traits, your makeup. Learn about your ancestors, how they were, how they moved. Did they have different baby mothers, different baby fathers? Huh? It's a trickle-down effect. Generational curses. You guys who come across the semen retention journey, you are the ones that can break the curse. Because a lot of our ancestors wasn't hip onto this type of information of retaining our semen and building ourselves up in a real masculine frame. And not to say that our ancestors weren't masculine or whatever the case may be, but the times have changed. They weren't exposed to pee and sexual images as much as we are in this living day and time. So it's a different time that we're living in. We understand that. But this information now is one thing that comes along with this information, period, is that there's both sides to the coin. Is that you have the information now of the damaging effects of what it does and what it do when you release your energy frivolously and do all that. So there's no excuse. You know, or you choose not to know. And that's a part of the matrix. You still have an option to make a choice to be aware or ignorant. And if yourself chooses ignorant, that's where you will be at. And you'll be stuck in the cycle. But if you come across this content and you're willing to make that change, you have to understand that the investment into yourself is the biggest investment you can make. No one can make it for you. I don't know what words to say to convince you. I'm not here to convince you that semen retention works or that you should be on semen retention. If you're here and you enjoy this content, you've been here for a minute, I appreciate you. If you're new, once again, welcome. But if you're new and you come across this content, make sure you tap in with all the content, because there's a lot of gems on here. But understand that this is your first step to really carrying on this journey, going on a long street. You have to invest into the time. You have to plan this shit out. I always give out tips on how to heal your inner child, going into that. That takes time to do. I tell guys, go outside, catch a breather, meditate, yoga, pray, go to the park, Go to the library. Guys go to the gym motivating themselves, but it's females there. But guys, you have to invest. This is an investment for self, not to go and meet chicks. There will be chicks there. Yes, they will be looking at you. Yes, you're on semen retention. I get it. You get the attention. They coming close to you. They work out next to you. They bending over in front of you. All right? I understand they gravitate to you, but you have to be on a solo mission. Do you understand me? This is a solo mission when you're on semen retention. No one's going to help you with this. There may be a female, pure, genuine, but the energy she feels from you, she's going to be attracted from you, and she's going to want your energy. You have to be prepared for it. She doesn't have any ill will for one of your energy. It's just that she's naturally attracted to you. That's just how chemistry works. Fellas, females are going to be naturally attracted to you. If you're an attractive man already, you have good looks, you have good physique, good eating habits, a healthy diet. You already have that with you. If you add semen retention on top of that, and Godspeed, they will not be able to keep their hands off of you. They're going to want you. But it's about control. My boys, it's about control and having yourself together and being honest with yourself. You can lie to everybody else and say this and that about you and make it seem like you have a certain type of status, but you're only really lying to yourself. So be true with yourself. Be real with yourself. And once you do that, you start to care less about what people think of you, because you start to be the same way with other people. You start to be real with them. It's a reflection. You'll begin to encourage people to be themselves. Just be you. Listen, if you're an alcoholic, I'm not judging you, alcoholic. I got my problems too. But be the inspiration to help them. That's the difference. You don't shit on people and tell them, basically like, I got my shit together, I'm gonna see. No, you don't do that. What you do is that you make yourself vulnerable. You come from a space where you know who you are, where you come from. And if you're in that position of helping someone, if someone gravitates to you and you have to dwell in that energy, you be real. It's just a real thing that just comes across. It's natural. All right? It's natural. I'm experiencing certain things in my life where I'm being more open and honest with people, cutting people off. I don't care if people don't contact me or whatever the case may be. I really don't care. So I'm telling people exactly how it is. I'm calling people out on their shit. I'm calling people out when they lie to me and I know that they're lying. And I've seen people be taken back by it. Like, what? Yeah, I'm calling you a liar right to your face. No one does that. Some people just keep it like they know that the person is lying, so they'll just keep quiet. But now that is programmed in your brain that this person told you something, low key, you probably accepted as truth. Not me. I'm not like that. I will cut you off right then and there and tell you to your face. I don't want you to hear it from nobody else. You're going to hear it from me. You are a fucking liar. Yeah. Cutthroat. And if you're not like that, I feel sorry for you, because people will continue to disrespect you. You wonder why people are talking to you a certain way or treat you a certain way is because they have lied to you, and you have either showed signs of believing a lie or going along with the lie, and they will treat you a certain way. And they'll continue to lie to you. You'll continue to feel, a lot of guys say, I don't feel, they feel different from people. They feel outcasted. Cool. And that's right. You should be feeling that way, and you are that way. Now it's time to open your mouth and tell people what it is. Stop being so nice. If you're in isolation and you're away from people and you're comfortable with yourself, when you come out of isolation, you should be able to tell people exactly what it is, because you don't need them, for real. It should come off the cuff. Like I said, it's something natural. It's something that natural comes to me. Keeping it real with people. I've always been, I've lied before. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie and not act like I haven't lied or been a liar. Like I said, it's about accountability and knowing who you are and where you come from. And I still lie to this day. But it's under certain circumstances. You dig? I don't tell on people or snitch on people that don't deserve to be snitched on. I'll tell you that. But you're not going to catch me up in the mix where I put myself in a position where I'm in a sticky situation. You dig? I'm not part of that lifestyle. But like I said, at the same time, I'm not a storyteller. I'm not that. I tell exactly how it is. If you don't like it, it is what it is. Do better. That's what I'll tell you. If you don't like me talking about you or saying what you were wrong at, because I'm quick to say where I'm wrong at. That's the thing. I know how to take accountability. And when other people don't and make it say they all goody two-shoes, you're not true with yourself. Furthermore to this topic about making the investment to self, learning about yourself, really digging deep, learning your traits, your positive and your negative ones. This is real self-reflection. Just think about how people criticize you negatively. The negative criticism that you may have gotten in the past or maybe even get now because you're on semen retention. Think about those traits that people say. Oh, you look angry or you're quiet. One of the big ones for me is that I'm quiet. Me personally, I'm too quiet. The irony of me being quiet is that you guys are listening to me right now. And I'm so comfortable talking, you know what I mean, on audio, uploading my content and stuff like that. But, there was once a point where, I was nervous about it because, once again, all in your head, you worry about how you sound, how people think how you sound, or, worrying about the trolls and how to handle the trolls because, it was all coming. I was always prepared for it. But I said, fuck it. I just got to do me. I got to treat it how I treat it in the streets. But the thing is that the internet is not like the streets. You can't see a person physically, face to face, so they're going to get to say whatever they want to say. So, it is what it is, but I know how to deal with internet trolls. I've been an internet troll since I was like 13, 14 years old because I was born in the 80s. I was born at a time where the internet did not exist. And when my parents bought a computer in the house and I was in the 6th grade, 7th grade on that computer, I was doing the most. You hear me? So this trolling stuff, I've been doing it because I was a kid in the internet trolling everybody, pretending I was 21 years old. Pretending I was 16. I was really like 12, 13 at the time. You know what I mean? Talking to girls, talking to females who were older, but pretending. Trolling. You feel what I'm saying? People who would pretend that they was in a gang on the internet, I would troll them too. Because I noticed, I'm like, if you're in a gang and you're on the internet, that shit don't really mean nothing. Like, you can type whatever you want. Oh, you blood? Well, I'm Crip. I'll go in another chat on AIM and somebody be like, Crip, well, I'm blood. I'm Latin King. You don't know. I'm not even Latin. I'm not even Hispanic. And I usually troll people, so I know how the game go. With all that said, I know these personalities, and when people come with that bullshit, I'm with it. I'm with that because I know myself. I know where I come from, and I could tap into that energy. Believe me, I'm not mad. It's fun time for me on this internet shit when guys come and try to troll. I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of. I know my power. Learn more about yourself from the past, present, into the future. Now you can go forward and say, what would I be in 2 years? Because you can kind of predict or kind of dictate your own steps on how you want this to go. You can choose to be single for all your life if you really want to. That's by choice. Some of us guys, we're attracted to obviously the 10, the 9. We doing ratings. I don't like to do that. But, to get guys, the visual, guys, 8, 9s, and 10s is what guys really fantasize about and go for. That's where the peak attraction is. And OG told me, who's married, he said, listen, you'll have more success going for 6 and 7s. And that's a whole nother topic for another day. All right. And, this isn't to shame anybody on type of looks, attraction, but hey, females do it too. They judge us on the looks too and what they go for. I'm telling you guys, you'll have better success in dealing with women who are 6 or 7s. Straight up. That's a little bit of dating advice. Go for the women who are 6 or 7s. Meet them at that level. They'll appreciate you more. They'll bring themselves down because they know they are 6 or 7. Straight up. OG told me that. He's married. He said, I picked my wife. Picked. He did. He knew what he was doing. And he told me straight up, I don't have to pre his wife, but I know me, I know myself, and I know these women. A lot of women who are more attractive on the scale. All right? A lot more to deal with because they get more attraction. A 6 or 7, guys will look, say, she's okay, but keep it pushing, keep it moving. These guys are creeps. Guys are warped. The more attractive a female is, the more they will go out their way to impress and do the most. Spend money, time, resources, X, Y, and Z, as I explained before. And you cannot tell me I am wrong because I am a man also, just like you. And I've been at that point where beauty, the 8, 9, and 10, will get more time and attention than the 6 or 7 because she was more attractive. We are visual, men, so we base it off of looks. That 6 or 7 will go through loops and hoops and bounds. But if your game is official like that, with an 8, 9, and 10, I was, no bullshit, I was married to a 9, okay? We're divorced now, but we have a beautiful child. I have a junior that I wouldn't change anything for. Did. But I had to accept who I was at the time of when I was in this relationship and this marriage. I had to accept it. As I began to change in the marriage and began to find myself more, going through a spiritual process and stuff like that, me and my wife, we started to gravitate separate and she started to do her own thing. I'm not going to throw any smell on my ex-wife's name on the internet. It's not what we do. It is also one of the reasons why I don't show my face, because I am on child support. All right, guys. So, I got to keep things a little bit quiet. But dig this, though, guys. I know what my process was, starting to gain a little bit of understanding of the things that I'm going through in my personal life. But understand that I knew who I was and started to understand self more and who I was becoming and who I was in the past and why I was led down certain roads or, mixed in with the people that I was mixed in, not just with my ex-wife, just as far as friends and stuff like that, and how I just found myself in this complete isolation and on semen retention like this. And it was to find my true self at this state, moving forward as a man. This is why we're here, boys. If you look at my description, if you look at the bio of the channel, Crowd of Boys, this is a channel to build boys to men, like the music group, Boys to Men. But understand, I still have little boy tendencies that I need to work on. We all do. That's why we are all on semen retention. This is little boy teenage shit where you're jerking off on pee. And if you're doing it too consistently and you're doing it because you're lonely and you don't got no woman in your life, you're sad as a man right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's the truth. Self-reflect on how people have criticized you, what they say, because there's some truth in that. They observe who you are or whatever the case may be or how you act. Once again, when people say I'm quiet, for me, I can take that trait. And I've been called many things also. I've been called the asshole, womanizer, and all that other stuff. But once again, those are traits that, you can choose to work on. But when people say I'm too quiet, that's something that I do purposely. Because I know my power. And this is about self-reflection. This is about self-reflection and learning yourself and your power and know what your power is. And when people say that, if you're just like me, if you're too quiet, I do that for a reason. I come from a place where if you talk too much, people can sense bullshit. Oh, you just talking too much to try to prove yourself, to try to fit in, to try to make you, to boost up yourself. I learned how to watch and observe. And I can't watch and observe if my mouth is moving. The senses don't work like that, where you can do all that talking, listening, and downloading what someone is saying to you all at once, at one time with your senses. You have to shut up and be quiet. Look with your eyes and listen. Actively listening requires you to be quiet. Some people know how to listen or hear what you're saying, but some people know how to just listen to respond to you. Some people just know how to listen just to disagree with you. But some people know how to actively listen, and that requires for you to actually shut down your talking, be quiet, close your mouth. And then your other senses heighten when you shut that down. Meaning your ears, your ability to hear and sense bullshit. Use your senses, but you have to stop talking. So when people tell me I'm quiet, I'm a little bit sarcastic. So I said, well, I'm quiet because, usually I don't know anybody at the function or whatever the case may be, whatever the setting is. If I'm quiet, I'm just observing. I'm looking, I'm seeing how everybody's acting, who's observing, who's talking the most. You feel what I'm saying? Who's doing too much? But being quiet, check me out. It's me personally. Being quiet is the most peaceful thing you can do. You can hear everything. If you need to talk, you can talk. But I know for myself that people who come up to me and be like, oh, you're quiet. Those are usually people who want you for your energy. If you tell them, listen, I'm quiet because I need to be able to see what's going on, observe. I'm an observer first. I'm a good listener. I'm an excellent listener. That's why I'm so quiet, because I like to listen to other people talk, because I want to know. And then when, I get comfortable with certain people, I pick up on the vibe, then I begin to talk. I'm an open book. But, yup. All right. I'll be in a second. But yeah, guys. When people picking pride at me and my traits, and one of them is that I'm too quiet, I just laugh. Because they don't know what I do behind the scenes. They don't know how talkative I am. It's just that I might be in an area where I pick up on a vibe and I need to shut up. I'm being told to be quiet. Watch and observe. You did. With all I said, my son is calling me in the house. He's done eating. I gotta go attend to that. But guys, invest in yourself. Invest your time into yourself. Make yourselves better. This is the biggest true investment that you can make. No amount of money you can put together and put in the stock market and make yourself and say that you're a true success. Semen retention, your own energy that you naturally build up, is your true investment. It's the best investment. And until you get a grip on yourself and not exuding energy in other manners through your penis, thinking that's the only way to make yourself feel better, then you won't really get the benefits. You won't really get through this journey. Guys, make sure you like this content, comment. Reach out to me through email, crowdofboys@gmail.com. Once again, I appreciate you all who come to this content, support the content. With all I said, with love, peace.